Good morning.
Good Monday morning, Mark. How are you?
Monday morning. Here we are, week 8.
Yeah, it's funny.
Wow.
I have a count up, not a count down from the days. And yesterday was 49, so I know that from when we started, that was day 1, March 16th,
Mhm.
and today I wrote 50. But the weather's nice here in the Northeast New Jersey, and it's I don't know how people are feeling about it. I know all over the country there are protests actually going on for people to be released. So I mean, I saw that in Michigan. Pretty interesting. It's like, let us go. I don't know.
Right. The question becomes, if they let everyone go,
Right.
and get back to normal, then what happens to, this virus? Does it come back, or are we able to keep it away?
I don't know.
And, I think America in general is very quick to forget.
Yeah. Short memories, right? I mean, from what I understand, it's like everybody thinks it's peaking right now.
Right.
But, if you drove around yesterday in the great weather, it was 80 something here yesterday. You didn't see a heck of a lot of social distancing. Physical distancing.
I mean, the last 2 days, there has not been physical distancing. There are people, hanging out together on the street, hanging out together on people's lawns, kids playing with each other in and out of the backyard. So it's interesting to watch and see. So hopefully this virus does stay away, and we can get back to a normal life sooner rather than later, but we got to do it carefully.
Yeah, no, I agree. So it's local business week. We've got some local people coming on with us today, right?
Not just local. I mean, we have businesses from all over the country, national businesses, but they're all small businesses, right? They're all
small business.
A handful of people running a business, whether it be a mother-daughter team, whether it be a group of friends, partners, sisters. The key is we're here to help people every day, and small businesses right now need as much help as possible. So we're here to make sure that we can help expose to as many people as possible some of these small businesses so that they can have more access to new customers, new people, and see if their products or services help each other.
Right.
So right. Who's our first guest today?
Well, we have from hold on, I'm trying to share stuff. Sorry about that. We have Father Joe Astorita from St. Joseph's Church in East Rutherford, Carlstadt. And Father Joe, welcome. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming.
Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Dave.
We've been talking about helping people throughout what we started. This is our 8th week of doing this show. We do it every day, 8:45 a.m. And our objective in the beginning, and still is to, my thing is just to help people, and Mark's is to do good by others, do good for others. And what we're trying to do is just give people, direction, give people hope, give people keep them informed. And what we're doing this week is bringing on small businesses, and we consider churches, everything else the same thing. So I wanted to have you on, Father Joe, and you and I have known each other for a few years, and just to talk about how everything has affected, your community and our community here as faith and all that stuff. So if you could just talk about where you are, who you are, what's being involved, what's involved with what you've been doing over the past 7-8 weeks.
Sure. Very good, Dave. Thank you. And Dave's been part of the newly formed parish council that meets now every week, that used to meet every month. There's a way of being in touch with the parish more directly to see, to hear different ideas rather than the decisions coming just from me or just from myself and the other priest, Right. So basically, we've tried to keep things as much as normal as we can, so we stream the morning mass at 7. We were doing it at 7. Now it's back to the regular time at 7:30.
Okay.
There's 1 or 2 people or 3 people who come to serve during that time. And then at noon, where we had another mass, since that mass, the morning mass is posted on the Facebook and website for a couple of months, we are doing a other prayers, benediction and rosary. And the other priest does that, you know.
Right.
And then on Sunday, we do one mass. So I'm surprised, really, but the people are very, we had this service from a couple of years ago, so it's been a great help, really, to just stay in touch and to give people some semblance of normalcy, you know. So we're getting, I don't know, maybe 1,000 people on weekends watching the mass, and then a few hundred during the week.
Are these your normal?
So we're happy with
followers?
that, you know. It's
Are these your normal community and congregation, or you have other
I would
people
say it's wider.
watching?
I would say it's wider than the normal community because the Facebook itself is about 800 people.
Wow.
Normally we get 700 in the church, and a lot of them are seniors, so I doubt they're on Facebook, you know. So we have a food pantry here, but it's been the people working it, their kids felt the parents were at risk by keeping it open. So, I mean, we take care of it now, just the parish staff itself, so without volunteers. But we have seen very few people, unfortunately. So I don't know if they're afraid to come out or they're getting food from means, you know.
Right.
So that's about the gist of what we're doing, you know, to try to be in touch with people.
What are the added difficulties you're encountering now? Is it communication, or is it your other things too?
Well, it's communication. That's a big one. It's quite edifying to see that a lot of seniors already have a pretty good network among their colleagues, among people their own age.
Mm-hmm.
So they check on one another quite a bit. And then the healthier ones will go shopping for them and drop things off. And then the county now also is providing 2 weeks of meals that they drop off a week or 2 weeks. And some of them are fresh items and other things can be frozen. So it gives them at least a stability in terms of meals that if they can't get out,
right,
that they have something in the house, you know. There was one lady who had fallen and was refusing any kind of help. So by visiting her, we arranged somebody to come in at least 3 or 4 times a week to clean the house, to help her. So that, I think in many ways probably saved her life, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. What have you been able?
Those kind of simple things.
What have you been able to do differently, if at all, with? I mean, you've been given rules and stuff that you have to follow and stuff. So have you been able to do anything differently and do different outreach, or has it just been difficult communicating with people?
It's been difficult. I mean, the one thing that I do that is very practical and I like it is most of the time I just walk to wherever I have to go.
Right.
And that gives me an opportunity to see people who I'd recognize their house, or they may be outside for doing something.
Right.
So it gives me an opportunity to stop by. We did that a lot on Palm Sunday or the weeks after, just dropping off palms to people. So there's those opportunities. And then I take, people have been very generous dropping off envelopes or food. So I'll use that list and we'll divide it up a little bit and call them to see how they're doing, to thank them for their gift, just to have some kind of personal touch, you know.
Mm-hmm. True. Have you received any?
Again, especially for the seniors who.
I'm sorry? I didn't hear you. Have you received any special, have you received any direction as to the next couple of weeks from the Archdiocese at all?
We're expecting something this week. So actually we were hoping for it last week. So, but I guess the 15th is, when is that?
That's
we've got another week to go, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a week from.
I mean, we're hoping that it's next week sometime. So we're hoping for something this week, you know. Seems that the rate of infection is going down. You know, my church holds easily 400 people, so conceivably we could let in 50 or 70.
Right.
With social distancing, it wouldn't be a problem.
Right.
So we've expressed that to the Cardinal. They've done a survey recently. So we have to wait. I mean, I know there's bigger issues out there, but we're hoping to hear something this week, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course, the financial challenge is difficult, you know, without having masses or collections. Some expenses have gone down, of course, but I'm surprised really at the generosity of many people, you know, with food, with donations, helping out. So that's been very encouraging for us.
And is the church open on a daily basis so people can come in just like by themselves? Is that something that's okay? Just like by themselves?
We're not allowed, Dave, actually.
Okay.
So that was changed probably a month ago.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. What can we do, Father Joe?
When we do have the daily masses, we keep it open, but
it's tough. What can we do to help you?
It broke up a little, Dave. I didn't hear it.
I'm sorry. What can we do to help you?
Well, I guess the most practical thing would just be to let people know where they could view. I mean, the Facebook also we have quite a good music program here. So music ministry. So different cantors have been recording various songs and posting that. I think they call it music on Facebook. There's a whole bunch of them if you scroll down.
Right.
And then the devotions and the masses are all posted there as well, or on our website.
So how can people?
I think people need really a message.
Go ahead.
So if they go to St. Joseph, St. Joseph ER.com, they can click on Watch or Facebook and have access to all of that stuff.
Great. Is there anything else that we can do? I mean, is there a way to
St. Joseph, stjosephер.com.
Okay. So it's stjosephер.com, and it's also St. Joseph East Rutherford on Facebook as well. Right?
Right. I mean, there's a Facebook link on the website. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Father, I want to thank you so much for coming on. This is Small Business Week, and we're trying to get as many people on as we possibly can that are in the area. If there's anything that we can do for you, please reach out. I know I'll see you later on our weekly meeting. You know, we're here to help anything and do whatever we can to help anybody we can. And that's why we're doing this. Connections up there.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Father. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So even the religious community is having their challenges in terms of keeping their community together. But, you know, Facebook and Zooms and really being able to get everyone together has been really nice to see.
Right.
You know, so
we've been able with that council we do meet once a week, and we've been able to like come up with different ideas. We had a Zoom. We tried to do a Zoom mass once and right. Everything else, but you know, it's a struggle all the way around, and it's not just businesses being affected. You know, those are people's lives that count on church and everything else. So you know, it's important.
All right, so we'll get to our next guest now. His name's Andrew Eis. He is, I guess, a partner at Get Reset. I think it's called, Andrew. If you want to correct me, you can. But welcome and good morning. How are you today?
Morning, Andrew.
Hey, good morning, guys. Great to see you again, Mark. It's been a while. And Dave, great to virtually meet you. I've always wanted to say a long-time caller, first-time caller, long-time listener. So this will be my first time ever saying that. Never called on talk radio. But yeah, no, I always happy to jump on and talk about what we're doing. Brand's called Reset. At Get Reset is where people can easily find us on any of the major social channels. And we're a stress supplement brand. It was in the works.
Stress supplement.
Stress supplement. Well, listen, it was in the works long before COVID. I mean, stress has been the health epidemic of the 21st century according to the WHO. So it's been an issue for as long as we can remember. But I think certainly COVID has elevated that. It's important to have solutions for when you're overworked, when when your mind's racing a bit. And so the brand does two things. One, it's a stress supplement. So if you go to our site or you go to Target, you can buy a daytime or nighttime stress supplement that helps with that knot in your stomach or that inability to sort of unwind at the end of a long day. But it also is a content part of the platform. So every Tuesday night we do something like this on Zoom at 6:30, and this week's is about life stage stress. So maybe you're a parent, or maybe you're an empty nester. Maybe you're in your senior year of college and losing that piece of your life. Those are all things that are like sort of new things for you that you want practical tips and advice to be able to help you as you navigate those complex new journeys.
Right. So this company's been in the works for a while now. Now you guys just launched. You're at Target now, I understand, as well as online for direct sales.
Mm-hmm. You got it. And
right.
CVS is a big one next month. 3,000 plus CVSs. So out the door with a bang on that one.
Right. And so this is really just a supplement to help people just relax, or is there more to this than just taking a pill and like, oh, I feel better now?
So I think it's very complex. The chief scientific officer of Reset, one of the co-founders, is also a former Bayer chief scientific officer. He put on most of the patents way back in the day on Botox. Mm-hmm. So he's been innovating in this space for decades. And the way he structured it's 3 systems. So when you think about stress, it really impacts the nervous, the endocrine, and the immune system in different ways. What this product does is use herbal, botanical type of products, natural, to keep those systems in balance. So whether it's sort of that feeling you want to get when you want to get that knot out of your stomach, or when you're at nighttime and you don't want to just have to rely on that shot of scotch, but you want something that helps you to sort of balance those 3 systems and sort of get you to a good place where your head and body are feeling relaxed. And then eventually, of course, that should lead to better sleep. And that's a thoughtful way to think about the stress industry that no one's really done to our knowledge. So it's a truly unique approach that he took towards creating Reset.
Right. The one thing we know, Dave and I, that a lot of people in this world are stressed out to begin with, and then with this pandemic has made it a lot worse for a lot of people. And all we're trying to do is help people and keep the right mindset, but getting them to have a supplement that will help them, have less stress, I think is a great product to have in the market, especially right now. Are you seeing more openness or people willing to buy and try it now during this time versus what you thought was going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, we're month one out the door, and each week at Target sales have gone up and up. So I think the numbers are looking promising early on, I'd say. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, so far so good. It's very early for the company, but getting the sort of the momentum going at places like this, conversations like this, is helpful. I mean, to your point, stress is incredibly relevant. That much I think we all know, but it's also really important for people who are go-getters, right? If you're somebody who's constantly out there able to sell and do your normal job, and we're asking you to break from a routine, the worst mm-hmm. thing you could do is allow that uncontrollable to sort of overtake you and like ruin like your long-term planning, right? You should have a right. plan in place. Right. Today, you're not able to do what you can do. 6 months from now, hopefully you can, even 3 months. What's your plan today, short-term, medium-term, and long-term, to make sure you're meeting your goals? Sitting on a couch and giving up isn't good. Staying focused, staying positive, products that help you do that, I think, are the ones that are going to be most useful right now.
Right. I mean, I know Dave would rather have the scotch at the end of the night, but
yeah, cool.
You can do both. Don't worry, Dave. It's okay to do well. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm not the chief scientific officer, so probably not supposed to comment. But I think you have some scotch within reason. I think you're good to go with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that people will look at and say, all right, well, it's something that makes a lot of sense. You've done your work both on marketing and on the science of the whole thing, right? So, what is your outlook as far as the marketing you have to do, et cetera? Where is that all coming in to the new product?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot, right? I mean, I think creating a website that does a good job of both some of that education that I was talking about, but also conversion, that it enables you to quickly and easily go to Shopify and make that purchase. I think that's a key part of what we worked on. I think our social channels, we're trying to balance a lot. It's not a selling channel, social. It's really an opportunity to learn about us and for us to help you.
Right.
The understanding for a lot of people, the nuance of what happens to the nervous and the endocrine and their immune, understanding some of the practical tips and tricks that we're giving in our 14-day reset, which is like our sort of life hack book to simple things you could try, not 45-minute yoga sessions. We can give you like a 60-second breathing session, right? And that might be the advice, the unlock that you need to realize, wait a second, like even doing that little bit of breathing significantly impacts my ability to sort of be on for that meeting or for that moment in life. And so it's little things. It's not an hour-long workout. Rather, we had a influencer. So Saturday, National Fitness Day, an influencer called Jaws Nelson gave us a really dynamic, simple workout that she said you could do, in a few minutes versus a few hours. And that's the kind of content that I think is relevant to people that are looking to make impactful changes without having to do, multi-hour long situations, events, things of that nature. So the pill, both all of our recommendations are intended to be quick, short, snackable, usable tips and tricks. And if you don't like them, you can move on to something else because we're constantly giving new ideas to help you iterate and find your best opportunities.
Right. I mean, this goes along with everything we talk about, right? Being in the right mindset, having the ability to focus on the tasks for that day, right? Stress is one of those things that, you don't realize, you can't see it, but it kind of affects how you do your day and how you accomplish your goals. And, if you're less stressed, maybe you can, focus a little better. So, Andrew, I think this is a great product on the market. I think everyone should, if they feel a little stressed, try it. What's the website that they can, take a look at?
Sure. Two spots. One, we're on target.com. So, which is awesome to be on one of the, largest names in the space there. And then reset, our r3set.com.
Great. And on there's techniques and information about the products and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would recommend signing up. There's a link for the 14-day reset, and it's just 14 really simple emails that we wrote just to be, fun, get hopefully even a little smile, and get a tip or trick that you can try in a minute or two. And if you like it, great. If not, there'll be another one tomorrow. And by the end of the 14 days, it's a low lift of amount of time you've invested. But if you found a couple of tips or tricks that actually helped you impact you in your life and you can incorporate, that feels like a big win for us.
Dave loves emails.
Yeah, don't I? You know that.
Dave sends out emails sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, they are twice a day, sometimes 3.
Well, we're only gonna be one, so lighter lift, and hopefully there's something impactful in there, and I also tried to make it light and fun. And I don't know if you can make science fun, that's also a pretty cool idea because. We all remember that science teacher from like 9th grade. There was a couple that were terrible. There's always one that actually made science kind of fun and interesting. I think we're trying to be that type of person.
That's great. Sounds like a great product.
Appreciate it.
So, listen, the great business. Thank you for coming on this morning. We appreciate it. We've had some viewers from all over northern New Jersey, central New Jersey. One of your old buddies is on right now, Aaron Glazer. So from Israel, watching.
Yeah.
So you got some fans on there. So it's good to see.
There you go. Our reach knows no bounds. Well, thank you. Aaron.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, Andrew.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, Andrew.
So listen, it's all about mind and body and focus. Like today's episode is really great.
Yep.
Working in communities, making sure everyone has their faith, making sure that everyone has less stress in their life. I think this is a great kickoff to Small Business Week. Coming up this week with a lot of other small businesses interested in coming on. Hopefully we get them all on. I know it's a little early in the morning for some of them, but hopefully we'll get to see them on here and share their information. So, and Dave, anything else you want to add today?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a great day to start with mindset and stuff. And you can see that, on one hand, the mindset of faith and hope and everything is a little bit, it's difficult, right? There's a lot of difficulties there and frustrations. And there's really not a whole heck of a lot we can do except get the word out that, we're going to be fine. We're going to be good. And on the other hand, something to help you with stress of that. As we were on here, I did get confirmation of someone for tomorrow. So we're good. We've got some more small businesses coming out all week. And if anybody's out there, you see this, you hear about this, look, we want to promote you This is what we're here for, to, help in any way, in any way possible. Right, Mark? That's
anything we can do to help, just reach out to one of us. If it's not on our show and we just need an email sent out to a bunch of people, we're happy to do that as well.
Absolutely.
Again, whatever we can do to help, we're here. We're going to be doing this every morning all week. So looking forward to seeing you guys back here tomorrow morning, 8:45.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
Have a great day, everyone.
You too.